This guy committed a horrible crime and he got busted for it. But the justice system is so dumb and incompetent that they literally forgot to put him in jail. And they didn't forget for just a week or two. No, over a decade went by before they finally realized what had happened. And what he did during those years is the part that will make your jaw hit the floor. This is one of the most unbelievable things that has ever happened in the American justice system. The year is 1999 in St. Louis, Missouri. 22-year-old Cornelius Mike Anderson and his friend decide to rob a Burger King manager at gunpoint while the manager is walking to the bank to make a deposit. They rob him of about $2,000. A witness sees the whole thing, writes down the license plate, and calls the police. 2 months later, cops find Anderson hiding in his girlfriend's apartment and arrest him. In March 2000, he goes to trial. The jury finds him guilty of armed robbery, and the judge sentences him to 13 years in state prison. Case closed, right? Well, not even close. Here is where everything goes sideways. After his conviction, Anderson is allowed to stay out of prison on bail while he appeals his sentence. This is totally normal. You get convicted, you appeal, you wait for the result. He appealed several times, but they all failed, which means the moment his last appeal is denied, he is supposed to be taken into custody and sent to prison to start serving his 13 years. But the Missouri Department of Corrections made a clerical error, a paperwork mistake. Somebody somewhere did not file the right form, did not send the right order, did not make the right call. And because of that one mistake, nobody told Mike Anderson to report to prison. The state of Missouri just assumed he was already behind bars. He was not. He was at home in St. Louis waiting for instructions that never came. So what does Mike Anderson do? Does he run? Does he disappear? Does he move to another state and start a new life under a fake name? No, he does none of those things. He literally just waits. He even calls his lawyer at one point and asks, "Hey, when am I supposed to go to prison?" And his lawyer tells him to just keep waiting, that the state will come for him when they are ready. So he waits. A year goes by, then 2, then 5, then 10, and the state of Missouri never comes. Not once. Not a single letter, not a single phone call, not a single knock on the door. Nothing. For 13 years. And here is the part that makes this story completely different from any other story like it. During those 13 years, Mike Anderson does not waste a single day. He gets married. He has kids. He starts his own construction business. He coaches his son's youth football team. He volunteers at his church. He pays his taxes every single year, all under his real name. In the same state where he was convicted of a felony, he is not hiding. He is not running. He is just living his life, waiting for a knock on the door that he figured was never going to come. Now here is where the story takes a turn that feels like something out of a movie. In July 2013, a clerk at the Missouri Department of Corrections is going through files and notices that a man named Cornelius Anderson is scheduled to be released from prison very soon. But when she pulls up his file to process the release, she realizes something that must have made her stomach drop. There is no record of him ever checking in. No record of him ever arriving at a facility or serving a single day of his sentence. Cornelius Mike Anderson, who was sentenced to 13 years in prison in the year 2000, is not in prison. He never was. The state panicked. They send 8 United States Marshals and a full SWAT team to his house one morning. His wife answers the door. She has been married to this man for years and had absolutely no idea he had ever been convicted of a felony. She watches as armed officers take her husband away. By noon that same day, Mike Anderson is in prison. After 13 years of freedom, it is over in a morning. Then on May 5th, 2014, Anderson walks into a courtroom in Charleston, Missouri for a hearing that lasts exactly 10 minutes. The judge looks at Anderson and says, "You have been a good father, a good husband, a good tax-paying citizen of the state of Missouri, and that leads me to believe you are a good and changed man." The judge grants Anderson credit for every single day between his conviction in 2000 and his arrest in 2013. Sentence complete. Case closed. Go home. Anderson walks out of that courthouse with his wife on one arm, his 3-year-old daughter on the other, and his grandmother right beside him, all of them in tears. Do you think the judge did the right thing, or should Anderson have served the full sentence?